I'm going to be talking about The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. To start off, John Green is an author, a vlogger, writer, producer, actor, and editor. I mean, the guy's done just about everything he can do in the field of writing, so let's go ahead and hop into it. This book questions what is love, how do we know, what sacrifice does it take to make it love. But we'll go ahead and hop into the summary. So this book revolves around the characters Hazel and Augustus. They both meet up in sort of a circle group for people with cancer. Hazel has lung cancer, and her mom recommended going to this support group so that she could feel a little bit more comfortable. Hazel is absolutely opposed to it. She thinks that people treating her like she's any different from anybody else is just kind of rude. But at the community group, she talks to Augustus, and she's just a little bit charmed by him. She decides to talk to him afterwards, in which case he puts a cigarette in his mouth. She's disgusted immediately, and rightfully so, but he never lights it, and then explains the metaphor that you have control over the thing that's trying to kill you. He doesn't light it, so it doesn't have the power to kill him. So in that regard, she sort of admires that metaphor, and they decide to watch a movie and just start to get to know each other. Throughout the book, it's really, really nice to see their relationship grow. They're both very believable characters. Their struggles with cancer and with trying to come of age and learn what love is, learn how to depend on each other is just really well written into the story. Eventually, they start exchanging books, and Hazel recommends An Imperial Affliction by Van Houten, and once Augustus finishes, he's just kind of disappointed at the ending. It ends abruptly, and they're disappointed, so he makes this grand gesture to go and meet Van Houten. They go to his house in Europe, and they just try to communicate with him, but when they arrive there, they're sorely disappointed. They find out that he's just this drunk, that he's very bitter. It's just very traumatic for them because he insults Hazel and her cancer, and he's just a very, very bitter old man. So in that regard, it's a little bit tragic. But they get back, and I don't want to spoil too much, but some complications happen, and they have to learn about death. They have to learn about what it means to truly love and what sacrifice it takes, as well as how to deal with tragedy when it's not your own. Because these characters seemed very comfortable with their own cancer, but learning about the others and learning what a burden they cause for each other, it's really beautiful to see how it's written in. Eventually, they do re-encounter Van Houten and have some closure that they wouldn't get from the book that he wrote. I'm not going to get into that too much, but I really enjoyed it. My favorite part was definitely all the different metaphorical language that they used. So the cigarette or grenade, they use grenade as a way that they interact with people, because they just know that they're going to blow up one day, that they're going to just cause all this trauma, that they're going to have an impact on this person, then ultimately leave at some point, because they're very comfortable with the idea of death and temporary life. But I'd recommend this book to anybody who enjoys reading, honestly. It's a very nice read. It can get a little bit emotional, but it's not super offensive in any way. I think it tackles the sensitive issue of cancer very well. I think that it's just a very nice read. John Green has a very good way with communicating in a way that seems very natural. From the Midwest, it just seems like normal language, and he also captures the voice of these teenagers very, very well as their struggle and their perspective. It seems just very authentic. So anybody who enjoys reading, this one's one that I wouldn't even read in class. I'd just go and read it on your own time. It's a good read. Goes by fairly quickly. You can tackle it in a couple days if you really wanted to, which once you start, you probably will. But I had a really fun time reading it. I hope that you do, and I just thank you for your time.